Hey there travelers, we're back with another travel tip packed video for you today. So this video is something I wish somebody would have informed me or told me before I booked my first all-inclusive resort vacation. So grab a seat, maybe a tropical drink, and sit back as we go through the 12 things that you must know before booking your next all-inclusive getaway. These tips should be super helpful. They should save you money, time, and maybe even a little bit of sanity. So you've booked your all-inclusive, you're thinking, finally, everything is covered. This vacation is going to be amazing. Well, not so fast, because all-inclusive doesn't technically mean everything is included. So sure, your meals, your basic cocktails, and some of your activities are certainly going to be covered. But that intimate lobster meal on the beach, that's going to be extra. You want to maybe parasail or jet ski, some of those activities, you better get your wallet out. So I have even seen some of the nicer restaurants at all-inclusives come with a bit of a surcharge. So when you think all-inclusive, just think it's mostly included, because most of the resort will be included in your expense. So think of it as going to a buffet that has a VIP section. You can see the VIP section, but you're not allowed to touch it unless you bring your wallet out. Okay, so thing to know number 2 is not all inclusives are created equal. Some come with very family-friendly amenities with water slides and beautiful pools. Other are very adult-centric that have quieter pools and cocktail service right by the pool. Then you have the ones that are really spring break central, so cue the loud music and get ready, because hold on, you're in for a ride. So before you book your all-inclusive, figure out what kind of setting or vibe you're looking for. Are you looking for something more quiet, romantic? Are you looking to get crazy and do a lot of drinking and partying? Or are you looking to take a large group or your large family together and do a bunch of kids-related things? Number 3 is one that I didn't know when I went my first all-inclusive, and I felt really stupid, because it is the reusable water bottle. It is the all-inclusive secret weapon. Those veterans that always go to all-inclusives know you bring your reusable water bottle. So you may be thinking to yourself, why should I be lugging my insulated mug or thermos or Stanley or Yeti or whatever you're into all the way down to the beach? Because those tiny little plastic cups that you get your cocktail drinks in, your frozen drinks, your beer, whatever that is, they don't cut it and they don't stay cold. So you can put all of your drinks, your frozen drinks, inside of your insulated mug. Guess what? They stay cold and stay frozen so much longer. The other nice thing about the insulated mug is you can obviously use it for water, ice water, to stay hydrated, because being out in the sun, being in the pool, drinking all day can be an issue, especially when you get super hot and super dehydrated. That's a no-go. Number 4 is making reservations. Making reservations at all-inclusives is absolutely key. Here's something I learned the hard way. If you don't plan on making reservations as soon as you arrive, or even before you get there, you could end up eating at the buffet for the entire week, and that is certainly not something you want to do. And while there's nothing wrong with the buffets, and the buffets are fun, you certainly want to check out all the different amenities and the specialty restaurants, because they will have usually different types of food. While the buffet will have a little bit of everything, those specialty foods can have really cool desserts and specific dinners that you may be looking for. Just a tip as well, some resorts allow you to reserve your restaurants up to a week leading up to your actual stay. So certainly give them a call or check reviews or check out on the website to see if you can actually book all your reservations prior to getting there. So this is really especially important if you're going with a large group. We usually travel to these all-inclusives with 14 of us, and getting 14 inside of the restaurant can be a little bit of a headache. So planning ahead, getting our reservations locked in, kind of ensures that we're all going to be together and eating dinner together, because you don't want to be there relaxing and then asking like who booked dinner, who did what, where are we supposed to be. Sort that all out before you get there, or right when you get there, so that you can relax the rest of the week. Number 5. The wristband is your lifeline. I am not kidding. This is literally your lifeline and your ticket to everything on the resort. It could be getting into your room, your meals, your drinks, certain activities. You have to make sure that you have your wristband. But lose this little piece of plastic and you could be looking at paying up from $50, $75, $100. I've even seen $150 to replace the wristbands. It doesn't matter if it's children or parents either. They don't really care, and you're gonna end up paying for it. So make sure you guard these wristbands with everything. I have seen anything from the kind of loose plastic bracelet type to really specialty ones in Mexico. I would probably stay away from the specialty ones because they're more likely to break or split or fall off. We've seen that happen a ton of times. So I usually stick with the regular ones, and keep an eye on the kids ones as well, because that is still the same price. And once again, you're gonna be shelling out some money for that. So remember, it's not just a wristband, it is essentially your vacation bliss, or it is a complete nightmare if you have to deal with getting another one or paying for another one. Number 6, you may need to bring your own beach or pool gear. Okay, so picture this, you show up to the resort, you put all your bags in your room, you're super excited, you're gonna run down to the pool and to the beach, and you're like, you know what? Day one, I'm not getting burnt, I'm gonna go grab my sunscreen. Guess what? You forgot your sunscreen. No big deal, you run down to the resort store. Guess what? Normally this is anywhere from $30 to $40 for a small bottle of sunscreen. So this is a primo gouging area for these resorts, because they know you will definitely need sunscreen. So make sure you pack enough. Usually you can make it through the first couple days. People usually don't bring enough. Make sure you pack enough sunscreen for the entire week, or head to a local grocery store or a convenience store or a pharmacy or whatever. Just don't buy at the resort. The other things people forget as well is bug spray as well at the resort is very expensive, and pool toys or beach toys that you would like to use either for yourself as lounging or for your children. Bring those with you and just have them flat inside of your suitcase, or never even open them up. And then when you leave, you can flatten them back down to take them home. The beach toys and the pool toys from the resort are just as expensive as the sunscreen, bug spray, or anything like that. It's all absurd. Can't really record when there's a helicopter right above us. All right, number 7, let's talk about tipping. Just because it says all-inclusive does not mean that tip is included. Your staff or your wait staff or the people cleaning your room or any of the staff period are working very, very hard to make sure that you have the best vacation possible. Remember, they just rinse and repeat because more guests are coming in. So a little tip goes a long way. Make sure you are tipping. Pro tip here, I usually take a lot, not a lot, but a lump, maybe $300 worth of 5s and 1s, and I use that through the week. And depending on what kind of things you're at, just take an appreciation like you would if you were at home for the price of the meal potentially, even though it's not really a price. Think about what you would normally do at dinner and then take that into consideration. Obviously, we have larger parties, so we usually tip a little bit more. Just take a bunch of smaller bills. You know, if it's just around bags, maybe it's 1s or 5s. If it's dinner, you know, you're looking at 10s and 20s, but just take some things, a medium to small size bills, take a chunk of it, and then you have tipping for the week. Number 8, this is a bit of a funny one. This is a bit one that people get very angry about. It is pool chairs or beach chairs. So this is very, very hot property at all-inclusive. If you have not been to an all-inclusive, or if you've been to other resorts, you know the fight for the perfect pool chair or the perfect beach chair is always the fight in the morning. So if you are not up at the crack of dawn, claiming your beach chair with a flip-flop, a book, a towel, whatever that looks like, some kids' toys, scuba gear, scuba goggles, you name it, what people put on their chairs to claim them, you're probably gonna end up in the sand. So what I normally see is 7 a.m., usually 6 to 7 a.m. is the start of the claiming service. So people who get up early, maybe go on a walk on the beach, will put their stuff down to claim their chairs that early in the morning. If you are with a party, just claim someone who's an early riser to go and claim the chairs. The one thing I would say with this, which is infuriating to people, don't be the person who claims a chair at both the beach and the pool and then doesn't really come back to one or the other for multiple hours. If you are not going to be at a chair at the pool, or you're not going to be at a chair at the beach, don't just claim it. Be at one or the other. Decide what you want to do. Don't just claim everything in the morning, because that's super rude. So pick a place, jump back and forth. Usually people are moving and shaking throughout the day, so you may be able to find something better. It may not be your exact spot, but just be accommodating to other people as well. But realize if you want to get a prime location, or you like a specific location that you like to go back to every day, you're gonna have to get up early to claim that spot. Number 9, our family ran into this one. This is restaurant clothing restrictions. So let's talk about what to wear. Just because you're on vacation does not mean you can roll into every single restaurant in the all-inclusive resort with either a beach cover-up, flip-flops, swimsuit, wet swimsuit, no shirt. That's not how this works, especially at the restaurants that only open up in the evenings. So some of the restaurants at these resorts have very specific dress codes. So I have seen people turned away, whether they're not wearing a collared shirt or the proper shoes from restaurants. So make sure you're checking out online. Usually on the websites for these resorts, they tell you the dress code or the dress attire per restaurant, because it's always a question that you should be asking yourself of what should I pack for specific nights going to specific restaurants. And if you can do your reservations up to 7 days before, you'll know exactly what nights you should be wearing what, whether that's you can wear flip-flops on one night versus you have to wear dress shoes and shorts are acceptable, or you have to wear pants. Like, you should be able to look at all that. And then especially for girls, it's like kind of dresses or not, you can have to really lay all that stuff out. So just check the website and see what the dress codes are. Nothing kills the vacation vibe more when a restaurant tells you you can't eat because you're not wearing the right clothes. Number 10, love this one because I think the family has an argument around this every single year. Are cabanas worth the price? So let's get into the cabanas because it is your private little slice of paradise, and most people love them, look at them, and are envious of the people in them. So cabanas, are they worth it? Well, it really depends on value for you. And I know that's a very kind of broad statement, or it's not exactly specific. What I would say is if you're the type of person, or you're the type of family that can spend all day by the beach or all day by the pool, or you are going to utilize your cabana for a long time, multiple hours in the morning when they open up, I think usually 9 or 10, the cabanas usually kick off, and you're gonna plan on staying there till 5 or 6 in the afternoon, I would say it's definitely worth your money if having a comfortable place to stay, out of the shade. Most of them usually have drink and food service. I've been at places where drink and food service are given to all guests around the pool. I have been to places where the cabanas are the only ones that get food service, but everybody else can have drink service. If you're not in the cabana, you just have to go get your food and bring it back to the pool. So there's a little bit of everything. So you want to make sure you want to check out what comes with the cabana, and is that really important to you? Are you a person that likes to stay by the pool? The kids love being in the pool, so you have to be there, and it's a big annoyance to go get food, then cabanas may be worth it. The other piece I love about cabanas is you can actually get out of the sun for most of them and lay on the bed and actually take a nap in the middle of the day without being absolutely torched. So the one cool thing about cabanas, which we have utilized in the past, if you have a larger family, like you could share the cabana cost. That you're usually not very strict about like 2 families all using the same cabana. It's usually not that serious. So we have split the cost and then put our stuff around the cabana and utilize the cabana. Like some people are in the pool, some people aren't, some people are laying there, some people aren't. So just realize that. But if you're going to be an excursion person, or you're going to be jumping back and forth from the pool to the beach, or taking your stuff back and forth, or you go back to the room a lot, or you're going to eat in the middle of the day, like some of that stuff may not be worth paying the price for the cabana because they can be quite expensive. I've seen anywhere from, I think, $75 up to $150 or $250 per day, I think, in Hawaii. And that is a lot per day for just a place to sit. But I have seen some of them come with TVs, with coolers. Obviously, most of them come with coolers, but anything up to TVs and fans and everything like that inside. Number 11, don't sleep on room service. So room service isn't just for breakfast in bed, even though that is quite amazing. So many of the places in the all-inclusives I've been to, is the room service menu is actually quite extensive. And I haven't been to an all-inclusive yet where room service was not included. So maybe you got too much sun, maybe you're feeling a bit lazy, go ahead and order some room service and eat out on your balcony if you have a beautiful view. It's a great place to have a kind of some quiet time or get away from everything if you just want to chill in your room. So a little bit of a pro tip here as well. If you don't see something on the menu that you may have seen in a restaurant, just go ahead and ask room service if it's possible to get there. Sometimes they will be able to whip it up in the room service kitchen, or they may even be able to go out to the restaurant and get you an order of that and bring it to your room. So I normally just ask for specific things because sometimes the menu, it can be extensive or it can be a little limited based on times of day, or you can have like, you could maybe ask to get breakfast even later than 11 a.m. than maybe when they stop serving. So certainly just ask. Sometimes they're accommodating, sometimes they're not. It all depends on the all-inclusive. Number 12, some people let this go and don't do it beforehand, but I always do it beforehand. This is airport transportation. So not all all-inclusives have transportation from the airport to the resort. Some have it, but it's also not included. I have seen anywhere from free, will come pick you up, or I've seen it up to $150 for the service to actually go pick you up. And what's interesting is make sure you look at the pricing on the website, because sometimes you can get other transportation options for actually cheaper than what the resort is offering. If it is a free service, or it is even a service from the resort that you have to pay for, realize that if you're a smaller party, you might be crammed in a bus with more people than just yourself. So normally if you're gonna pay for a private service, it's quite a bit more to pay for that. For us specifically, we have 14 people normally go with, so normally it's 2 buses full of our own people, so don't really have that problem. Just realize though, if you're a smaller party and you're not paying for a private service specifically, you may be running into a situation where you're sharing the shuttle to get to resort or back to the airport. So there you have it. There are 12 tips to help you on your next all-inclusive. I hope these tips help you get ready and prepare for your next all-inclusive getaway. There is a bee flying around me. So hopefully they were helpful. If you have any questions specifically, go ahead and ask them down below in the comments. I will try to get back to you if I see that comment. I'm usually pretty good at that. And also I have tons of reviews on all-inclusive resorts that we've been to, anywhere from the resort kind of tour, the room tour, down to the food and the activities at the resorts that we go to. So certainly check them out, from the Jamaica, Mexico, Dominican Republic, things like that. I think that's it, and we'll catch you on the next video.